Greetings, Solar Empire. It is me, the Empress, the one who shall conquer the entire solar system. After I get a few resources together or whatnot. Anyways, I figured I'd rant about crazy things that, homeless people can't do because we're crazy. I mean, if I had a nice apartment, fancy clothing and a fancy car, this would not be a rant. This is just logic and sense. You can tell it's crazy because I'm homeless. This is why you should not trust anything I say. Now that I've put this disclaimer aside and completely invalidated anything I've said after that, I can now talk about this controversial subject. About men's rights activists. And why people don't like you as a group. Shock and awe, but Katrina, this means you hate men. I hate all living creatures. All living creatures that do douchebag activities. Men can do that. Women can do that. I mean, I'm not absolving anybody of their douchebag behaviors because of some label or sort of group that they associate themselves with. I mean, but part of the thing is, when you think of a feminist, what sort of sexuality do you think of? You think of a carpet muncher. You think of, muff diving. When you think of feminism, you think of lesbianism. Okay. It's a sort of thing that, honestly, I'm going to have everybody who's feminist looking at this no, that's not, no, this, follow me down the rabbit hole here, I'm crazy, so anything's also valid. With men's rights activists, what sort of thing do you imagine when you see them? I'll tell you what, you imagine some guy, in a grease-stained wife-beater shirt, talking about, how Mad Men is the greatest idea of all time. Fucking hells yeah. Screw sliced bread. Mad Men. That's what you think of. You think of this person that, honestly wants, women below them and shit. Even though that's not really the case either. At the same time, when you think of feminists, you think of somebody that wants men below them. But at the same time, what's the difference between these images? Because this is a very similar image to that for a group that's mostly hey, we're not having good things happen to us. Let's try to sort of say, let's have, not as many bad things happen. Well, the feminists, which have actually got some momentum and shit, are viewed as practicing homosexuals, and the men's rights activists, or MRAs, military food rations. Yes, the milli rations. The men's rationales. We'll figure out a name for that, But, are considered heterosexual. Now, this is, where it ultimately is. This is where you guys need to figure that shit out. Because what happens is, if you have two men, tell them, you, both you, now kiss with tongue. Make it hot and something. Most men would freak the fuck out because you're trying to emasculate them. Most women will look at you and go you're a fucking loser. Why? Where are we getting out of this? And it's because the notion of two girls making out and shit does not make them any less women. It does not make them into man. When you're sort of telling two guys make out, you're met. There's the next thing they're thinking is they're going to be having to wear a frilly fucking dress next. When you tell two girls to make out, they're not immediately no. They're going to want to have us lumberjacking next, and going to a little fair and stalking Tegan and Sarah. They will be mine. You don't think of that, when you tell two girls to sort of make out. But when you have two guys make out, the first thing they think of is no. There's this okay, and ultimately, the main people, that's when you have to realize, the main people emasculating men is men themselves by allowing themselves to be emasculated. If you can get to a point where men can kiss each other and not require no homo after it, to have it understood that does not mean that there's something that they're going to be regularly doing. Maybe it might just be for some kind of award show gimmick or whatnot. It's and look really uncomfortable as they're doing it. It's great, I have to do this again. That's kind of the thing men's rights have to do. They have to get to a point where no homo is no longer a thing. You can't get a girl doing it, it's usually a lesbian in the closet. Yes, those do exist. But like what guys doing, you still have that. Like the other options are like no hetero. Make out with you, man, dude, bro. No hetero. Or like, you know, all of the homo, all of it. I'm gonna have you ride my face with your vagina like a mountain up the side of a steep mountain, rocky hill. All of the homo, all of it. And that is actually, honestly, because I'm not gonna say that, you know, men have it rosy and perfect shit. I had to watch my mom beat the shit out of my father, and nothing could be done about it because, what? Women can't abuse men, unless, of course, they're short and Irish. Or short and Jewish. If, like, you know, the Christopher Titus episode is believed. But that was a man who got abused by a woman. It can't be true. It's got to be lies. Liar. I mean, that shit, like, sarcasm aside, that shit does happen. But, yeah. That's what you men, as far as activists, have to do. You have to completely remove the ability to be demasculated. You can be demasculated, guess what? It does make you less masculine. That's your homework for today. This is your Empress, out.